Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG & Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
Good evening. What's up? Thank you. You are. Why did I say thank you? I don't even know. But you are tuned in to G is for Gentlemen, where we are. Here we celebrate gentlemanly style and culture. I am Kalen Laws, a.k.a. Senor Wapo. You can follow me, sígame, at Senor Wapo 713 on all social media outlets. And I got my brother from another style, Mother B. What up?
You already know what it is, man. I'm excited today. We got some amazing things we're going to talk about. And we have... wow. Just royalty is in the room, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Royalty is in the room. Wow. But I am Real B Mont, Brandon Montgomery. You can find me on IG. I'm just Real B M-O-N-T. That's it. That's all I got. I ain't got all that other stuff. Hey, quick question before we get to our guest today. Did you get your poppy cure this week?
I didn't get my poppy cure this week, but I'm scheduled to get it next week, homie.
Poppy cure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for
wait,
today.
But before we tell them about that, if you want to know what we're talking about, make sure and go check out last week's episode.
You gotta check out last week's
at
episode at Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, man. So we shout out to the folks in the team over at Saks for letting us come in there and invade their space.
Yeah.
Talking about all things Saks, man.
Yeah. You guys, you don't want to miss that episode. We talked about a lot of different things, and you know, from the response that I got just from a lot of different people, they were really appreciative of the fact that we brought up a lot of different things as far as your skincare and just different things that are going on at Saks that they offer that people just didn't know about. So
they just don't know.
If y'all want to know what we're talking about, check out the episode from last week and make sure you share it because it might be good for you, but it might be great for somebody else.
Come on, somebody.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it today. We have, oh my God, we have this man of many amazing talents. This man is a philanthropist. He's a preacher. He's a singer. He is an amazing husband. He does it all, ladies and gentlemen. He is somebody that you really want to get to know. Kaylin, could you please announce our special guest we have in the building today?
if you have not heard of this name, please wait. Cut your radio down if you're in the car. Okay. All right. Look at me in my eyes. All four of them.
We want them to cut it up so they could hear you more clearly, right?
I'm tired of you playing me. No, it's the second time, though. You don't play me today.
Am I playing you or am I saving you?
So listen, you need to focus in on the name that I am about to say.
Sir.
And that is a gentleman by the name who hails from the east side of Houston, Texas. Yes. Just celebrated his 28th birthday. Married to an amazing woman named Hallie. She goes by Hallie Trish. She's a dope MUA, ladies. My brother by the name of Kels Johnson,
ladies and gentlemen, in the building.
Thank you. You guys laced off.
Clap.
See, y'all just doing it.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
We're well, brother. Thank you for accepting the invitation, fam.
Thank you for inviting me, man.
Listen.
And first and foremost, it is the Christmas season. 'Tis the season to be jolly and giving. So we will take that jacket before you leave. Just leave it right there at the back, and then we'll go ahead and
I'll take it in exchange for those Gucci shoes that you have on that nobody can see.
Listen, Senor Wapo has on some nice Gucci shoes, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about.
Wait. How did I get thrown in this? I'm chilling.
Wow.
Kels, man, it's good to have you in the building. This is long overdue, man.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of you don't know, I see Kels every week because he and his wife take time out of their very busy schedule to come and mentor and volunteer students in the A-Leaf community. He's a very integral part of the organization and the reason why we're so successful. And so I just want to thank you, man, again for taking your time out of the week, you and your lovely wife, to be able to do that, man. I know that's a passion of yours.
Definitely.
But also to be here today in the studio with us, man.
Most definitely, man. It's my pleasure. I was excited when you guys
when they said unto me.
When they said unto me, no, seriously, I was really happy when you guys finally decided to call me and say,
you played us
and say, Kels, you know, do you mind coming to do it? Because I've been watching for a while. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I would like to do that. And
well, we were trying to get our stuff together before we had. Like,
I think what happened was
master on.
I got about 10 more followers on Instagram.
Oh, here we go.
And they were like, okay, now he's ready.
Here we go.
Now he's proven himself,
man,
to be worthy to be on our show. So
this guy.
You know, I'll accept it. Thank you.
So Kels, let me ask you this, man. You know the show is G is for Gentlemen. And we're going to talk to you a little bit more about some of the stuff that you do, some of the stuff that you have coming up. But in your opinion, you are a very articulate, well-read, well-thought-out individual. So for you, what is your definition of a gentleman?
Wow. I think it's the play on the oxymoronic word gentleman.
Like, y'all not ready. Please break that down, sir.
For me, it's being able to be all man, but knowing how much man to be when to be that man.
Wow.
And probably a whole lot through the course of this show, you'll hear me bring up biblical references because I'm a preacher. That's what I do. And so I believe that Jesus was one of the first gentle men because it says he was lion and lamb.
I got you.
So I think you have to know how strong to be, when to be that strong. You can't always be aggressive and always be boisterous in every situation. But I do feel like there are moments where you have to be a gentleman. Like you have to know how to be a duality. Not necessarily your clothing, not necessarily your being able to open doors. I mean, like all of that is encompassed, but I think it's being able to be gentle and man.
I really like where you're going with that, because I've also heard it said that, you know, Christ was all things to all men.
Of course.
And so I guess some of what I can take away with what you're saying is being a gentleman is knowing when to be a certain person, but also the intensity of how much you give at that time as it relates to what you're supposed to be and what you're not supposed to be.
Definitely. So yeah, that's my perspective on it.
So you know, as a man of the cloth, I'm a new age man of the cloth, to which you know, we can have a whole different discussion on another podcast.
Oh God, yes.
You realize and recognize, given the people that you've been called to serve, the importance of style, the importance of being a man of culture, the importance of understanding life through an artistic lens, as well as business, as well as ministry, as well as family, etc. So tell our listeners and our viewers, what has been your journey into like style and culture? Like, how did you dive into that?
Oh man, my journey has been one. First of all, I'm what they call born on the second pew. Okay, so I've been in church all my life. All my life. My mom actually played drums while she was pregnant with me. So I've been in church all my life. And
boom cat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just, you know, and I come from a lineage of preachers and pastors and singers. And so church is what I did. And in the era of the 90s, you know, early 99 taking over for the 2000s, you know, what we did was we wore suits to church.
Right.
So my entire closet.
And most of them weren't tailored. But go ahead.
Most of them were not tailored. They looked horrible.
Horrible. Oh my God.
We was doing it then.
We thought we were doing it. You know?
6 buttons. Six.
Bro, I literally found a picture of myself from my middle school dance, and that suit was so long and it had so many buttons.
You had the Dick Tracy on?
Bro,
so much.
This thing was an infinity
all
suit.
that fabric at the bottom of the ankle, all the break.
You'll never catch me, Copper.
Brother.
You'll never catch me, Shane. Like, no, seriously. So a lot of what I had in my closet was what I wore to church on Sunday. So I was just like, let me just wear that. Like, I was the guy that wore suits to school, like, anytime I wanted to.
Yeah.
On Fridays, any pictures. I always wore suits to school. And then I graduated.
How How did that process? What was
I
that?
graduated. Well, okay, so through high school, I wasn't necessarily like the most popular guy. I wasn't necessarily the most like, oh, you know.
So you
Kels
weren't
is
a
throwing
senior
party.
WAPO. Okay,
No, I was not.
I
I was not a senior WAPO. I was a fresh WAPO.
Got.
He was a senior. I was a freshman.
Got
See, okay,
I got
good.
you. I see what you did.
And
God.
and so for me, I just kind of did my own thing, but I was cool with everybody.
Yeah.
I was cool, and so over the years, my style kind of evolved. And then once I graduated, like I dropped suits. I just didn't want to wear them anymore, especially when I started leading worship more. Because
Have you always been a singer?
I started off as a musician. Actually, at like 19 months, I got up and interrupted service and started playing drums.
It was in you.
Just
Yeah.
in me.
Yeah.
And then from there, I went to playing keyboard because my dad started a church, and my dad was a natural born drummer. Then he transitioned to keyboard and played keyboard all of his life and still does. And then he started a church, and he was like, I can't preach and play keyboard, so you come here. And he taught me how to play keyboard. And so I did that for a little while, and then I graduated and I got into worship leading. And I found out that I really couldn't lead worship in suits because I felt restricted.
Right.
I just felt like restricted because there was so much that went into it and all that other stuff. And so I started like wearing ripped jeans and leather jackets.
How did that go over at first?
Whoo.
It was
Coming
a lot.
from
Like I said, that's a different that's a different
that
conversation.
is a whole different
We can-
conversation.
we can dive
So
into that.
That's been my journey. Is I've always tried to be on the edge.
Yeah.
Always try to be on the. If you go look me up right now on, I would say Facebook, because Instagram is a lot more tamed now.
Yeah.
But Facebook for me, there's still a whole lot of old photos. You'll see one of my most iconic things to point out is my hair.
Yeah.
I've always changed my hair. I've always done weird things with my hair, and it's just always reflected who I am.
Well, that's because you got that good hair, that Puerto Rico in you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's because and
Right.
all of us aren't able to do
Thanks.
that. You know,
Thanks.
I've shout out to Yarbrough Laws Senior, my pops, but I got his hairline.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And so I can't do that. You know.
Wow.
I'm not able to broadcast myself in that way.
That's because you got a beard. I don't have a beard,
Well,
and I can't grow one. It's like the Lord just didn't bless me.
We're excited to be blessed as well.
Yeah.
You know, to be on different platforms, and so we want to give a shout out to all of our folks on Facebook first. Some lady by the name of Kira Monique Laws and said, "Hey, Kels, I don't know why she's talking to you.
Kira?
I don't know why she's talking to you.
I'm still
'Cause
mad
you
at
need
y'all.
to be talking to me.
See, I'm a smack five from you.
sorry.
I
I'm
promise
still
you.
mad at y'all.
I promise
I'm
you.
sorry. Please don't do it.
I'm still mad at y'all.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
No, I'm still salty.
Why you mad?
Because y'all have too many secrets. y'all
but you know
got pregnant and didn't tell me.
But listen, there's one other secret that I do want to let out the bag for all of our listeners.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and that's the secret of how to become financially independent and financially secure, right? And this portion of the show is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com and use coupon code DOPE for 10% off of exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Ahorita. Sizes are selling out fast. So, we want to give a big shout out to those on Facebook.
Yes,
Brenda
we do.
Shelton.
Yes, we do.
I'm sorry, Brenda Simeon. We appreciate you. Hey, baby, stop talking to this other man. Hold on, I'm upset. Wait a minute.
Right, and if you're gonna talk to any other
I'ma
man, it needs to
smack
be
five
this
from you,
man
baby.
over here.
I
okay?
promise you.
If you're gonna talk
I
to any other
promise
man, it
you.
needs to be this man over here, Kira Monique Laws.
So,
wow.
so let's get back into something important, Negro.
I got something I want to ask.
Yeah.
Because I think he, a couple of the questions I think that you and I had for him, he kind of answered them. He talked about, he brought it up, as far as his signature of style. Clothes may change, but one of the things that he goes back to, you said, is your hair. You're constantly changing your hair. So let me ask you this question, because for those of you that don't know, he is the youth pastor at Higher Dimension Church.
Yes, sir.
Here in Houston, Texas. And
Shout out to Pastor Jay and the whole
Pastor
HD
Jay in the
fam.
building, Higher D, as well as all the countless things you do in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to know, because you work with so many different youngsters, how do you translate the importance of style to them, but by still keeping that modicum of sensitivity as it relates to the reverence of what you should and shouldn't do in church? Because if you look at churches now, everybody wants to be the dopest, have the newest look, and like you said, on the cutting edge of the latest trends as it relates to style. But how do you do that and relay that effectiveness of your style to your youngsters while still being able to, like, all right, there's still some places and some reverence in areas. Like, how do you do that?
Oh, man. I do that by telling them, my perception is a lot of people say that you're guilty by association. I say you're guilty by presentation.
That's good.
What you present allows people to formulate what they think about you before they ever even talk to you. How you dress, how you look, how you take pictures on Instagram, what you decide to do allows people to formulate what they think about you before they ever even get a chance to talk to you. And so let's just take, for instance, this new wave of guys that just want to wear their pants like really, really low. Okay,
it ain't new, but it's unbelievably.
It's unbelievably like
stupid.
Now. It's stupid.
I'm sorry.
And kids they think this is cool.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I'm not a thug. I'm not a gangster. I'm not this. I'm not that. But how can I tell that when what you're wearing looks completely different than what you're telling me?
Yeah.
See, it could get really deep right here. But a lot of people got upset when the news media started saying what they were saying about Trayvon Martin.
Right.
People start calling, they were calling him thug, they were calling him gangster, they were calling him this, they were calling him that, and his parents had to defend him and say, no, that's not his character. But when the news media can post a picture of you with a gun in your hand, or if the news media can grab a picture of you sticking up the middle finger or gang signs, now what you have to do is defend the thing that you promoted.
That's good.
And so for me, I try to teach them, hey, if you don't want to have to defend something that you're not, don't present yourself like that. I can't just wear any old kind of thing because of who I am. I figured out who I am, and I allow what I wear or who I am to dictate what I wear. Not other people dictating.
Right.
But who I am dictates what I wear.
Listen. It's all about uniforms, right?
It's all about it.
It's all about uniforms. You know a policeman because he wears a police uniform.
He wears a police uniform.
You know a fireman because he wears the hard hat, right? And so that's a tenet that I, in education that I try to teach a lot of my students as well. So I agree with you. It's a great thing, but it's also a sad thing that's coming up right now.
Yeah.
And that sad thing is we got to tell our Facebook fam bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to tell them. We got to tell them goodbye. So we appreciate you, Kira. We appreciate you, Brenda, my mom, artist. We thank you so much.
Thank y'all
for
so
tuning
much.
in. Make sure that you share this post with your friends, with your network, so that you can get the rest of the episode. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all so much. But back to it, Kels. Again, brother, that's a lesson that's so critical. Not just to young folks, right, to the youngsters, but to everyone, because we got folks our age who don't understand that sentiment as well, and it's unfortunate. So, another question: you're a noted speaker, you're a noted singer, musician, photographer, techie. Like you kind of dabble in the creative arts just a tad bit,
just a little bit.
What do you do to get into your creative space? What does that look like?
That's a good question.
Oh, that is a good question. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that because it's like my creativity kind of comes in waves.
Okay.
But however, I am most creative after midnight.
Bruh, oh
Late
my
night.
God.
Yeah,
I'm the exact same way.
I am most creative after midnight because it's something about when the world stops, you can hear a little bit more clear.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good.
It's like it's just something that happens in the air when the world stops. That's why it's like I like getting up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and go try to work out, because it's like the world is stopped.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more clear. So for me, I just like to, I probably wait up to like after midnight and then try to
Get some work done.
get some work done.
Yeah. Dig in. For me, I'm a coffee shop nut.
Oh my God.
I
good coffee
I
shop?
literally will sit up for hours trying to find the new coffee shop in the area or wherever I'm traveling to. I want to find out where the hottest coffee shop is, to get the vibes, to get the energy of the people,
Yeah.
to feed off of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If I had the money, I would literally fly to Nashville every day to go to their coffee shops.
Yeah, Nashville's
they are like
they're bananas.
the mecca.
Yeah, for sure. And as a creative, right? How does style fit into that picture of you getting into that creative mode?
It's huge. Actually, they go hand in hand for me, because I feel like style is just another creative avenue or another expression of your creativity. What can you do? The way you look at patterns, the way you lay out clothes, the way you mix and match these two items that probably never would have fit together on somebody else, but you found a way to make them fit together. And so
it helps to personalize your brand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everything is brand.
Everything is brand, and that's what you're trying to tell your students.
Yes.
So that's what brand are they representing in terms of the brand of themselves?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
This is some good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Again, just this segment alone is reason why you need to get to know this man.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna dive into a little bit more, man. Kels, again, we're so glad you're here, helping us out, man, breaking some stuff down. Now, Senor Wapo, Mr. Kalen Laws,
What up?
You are known on this show for bringing riveting, relevant, relatable, relational
Appreciate it, man.
content,
Glossy beards.
glossy beards. Yeah.
Glossy beard.
Mr. Pomade himself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Shout out to Cantu Pomade.
All right.
Yeah. Shout out to Cantu Pomade. Shout out to Cantu Pomade.
Advertisement. All right. That's
It's
good.
all good.
Check this out. Kayla, now
Talk to me.
You this every week, Kels, he brings like a runner show that's unbelievable, talks about stuff that enlightens me. I leave here enlightened every single week. This week, you put something down on our runner show that I would love for you to explain to the people, because I'm not even going to sit here and act like I know what this is or what you're talking about. But it is called Art Basel, the Art of Fashion. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So Art Basel, if those of you who are watching and who are listening aren't aware what Art Basel is, Art Basel started off in the 70s. It's one of the largest exposés of fine arts in the world, and it started off in Hong Kong, and now it's it's been in Miami Beach for a few years. It's actually coming this weekend, starting today, and so the Art of Fashion is happening today. And it's with a blog called WWD, and also Shutterstock. You're very familiar with Shutterstock. So Shutterstock has millions and millions of stock photos for bloggers, guys like us who need some dope images or who want to play around with edits and things of that nature.
Right.
Well, at Art Basel, rather, Shutterstock and WWD are going to putting together this expose of fashionable pictures, men, women, artistic images that are going to that is going to tell a story of how art and fashion collide.
So all the pictures are going to be of you.
Knock it off.
He's here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
Knock it off. And so this showcase spotlights approximately 6 million fashion related photos culled from WWD's extensive archive, showcase on to showcase how fashion and art continue their conversation over time. And you really said it earlier that we don't look at fashion as an art form, but it really is, because you're playing with colors, you're playing with shapes, you're playing with textiles, you're playing with these artistic minds. And if you really dig into the space and understand who a true designer is, they are an artist. Most designers love music, right? They sketch and draw, right? They understand shadowing and colors like no other. They read a lot, right? And are very well versed in their craft. And so it's absolutely an art form. And I just kind of wanted to bring this out because Art Basel, Art Basel is a phenomenal, like, I really wish I could go. Probably going to try to get tickets next year to get out there. But you have these huge, this is where the world found out about Bansky, right? About the famed artist out of Brooklyn, I believe, or Harlem. He's in New York, out of New York City, who nobody knows his face. Nobody knows his face. He put his full expose out a couple years ago at Art Basel, and people went crazy over everything, but no one knows who he is.
He was probably in the couch.
He couldn't, right? And that's what people were saying, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? But and it's because he didn't get the permits to beautify the streets of Harlem and Brooklyn with like some of the street graffiti, but the really nice street graffiti. He didn't get the permit to do it, but he's just doing it because he's a New York native. And like, I don't want to do no permits. You're not finna pay me. You're not finna make me pay to beautify my own hood, right? And so he's been going around doing this, and hip hop is really taken to him. And this was when he got really known at Art Basel. So it's a really dope conference. It's it's the last 4 days from Thursday to Sunday.
And where's that at again?
It's in Miami Beach.
Wow.
Right now.
That sounds like it'd be pretty good.
That's huge.
And thank you for clarifying Basel, because a brother like me, Basil.
Yeah,
Basil.
I know. Yeah, it's all good.
I thought it was a food gallery. I don't know what was happening.
That Basil has an eye.
Did he say bagel?
Wow.
That's good. Hey, and thank you for doing that, man. And that's another thing, here at G is for Gentlemen, we say this all the time. It's not just about fashion. It's not, but it. One of the biggest things is you don't know what you don't know. And,
exactly.
And if we can expose or enlighten people to something as simple as an art expo, to the latest trend in this, or just the mindset of what we can do as it relates to being gentlemen in today's culture, I feel like that'll be something that we accomplish our goal.
For sure. Agreed, man.
Speaking of accomplishing your goal, this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise?
Uh-oh.
Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product?
The Sphere.
If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere.
The Sphere.
We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher.
The Sphere.
Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe.
The Sphere.
Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every
The
time.
Sphere.
I'm gonna turn on my
Marco Spooner. Yeah.
my TV voice. Here we go.
The chocolate rain.
Call us today at area code. Guys, y'all are messing up my.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
All right.
I'm really trying to sell this ad, guys. Here we
Got
go.
it.
Call us today at area code 832-772-7789, or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. You know?
You sound like your name is Jimbo and you from Mobile, Alabama.
I don't know what
Sorry.
that was.
Just call us, guys.
Call us.
The Sphere. All right. So, we were talking about, exposing people to something new and exciting. So, let's talk about this. We have a man, like Kaylin said earlier, of God in the building. Well, we have 3 of them, but
yes,
we have one centrally located.
Oh my God!
So let's talk about style and spirituality.
Okay.
Now we got 7 ways to connect your spirituality, I guess, to your style, so to speak. Number 1, Kaylin.
Yeah.
Clothing displays your emotions.
Yeah.
All right. What talk about?
So Kels hit it earlier,
Yes, he did.
slightly, right? We tend to dress how we feel, right? So or depending upon the context of the situation that we're about to enter into. For example, black. We wear black to funerals. Black is supposed to be drab and it's supposed to be boring and it's supposed to be somber, right? So we're set. So people, a lot of folks, not everybody, a lot of folks think black is sad or it's a little bit melancholy, right? Or if you're happy, you wear some brighter colors. It's really subconscious. We wear brighter colors. And if you look at marketing trends, you'll never see a bank. Think about it. You never see a bank color that's dark.
No,
because they want it to be inviting for you to come spend their money. You spend your money and put your money with them. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
so the same thing goes with clothing. When we feel a certain way, we tend to dress a certain way. So our emotions are literally worn on our sleeves. And so when you need comfort, you dress in loose and flexible clothing, right? Think about it. You at the crib, man, it's how you had a long day. I'm finna put on these hooping shorts, and I'm finna be in this wife beater, or I'm gonna be in this t-shirt, and I'm chilling, right? And you go into the store, you put on your if you're like Kels, you put on your Huaraches, or you put on your Yeezys, your Yeezy boosts.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying?
He will hit you with that.
You put on your Y3s.
Because I don't own Gucci loafers.
I think I seen a couple Ferragamos around.
Something, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I just really wanted to say the word.
So you can put on something like that, right?
Wow.
Another way. Kels, that style is connected to your spirituality is you tend to style yourself from your strengths.
Explain that.
Now that's good.
So the best way to
preach, right?
That'll preach.
yeah, it really will. The best way to style yourself is to style yourself based upon your best physical attributes.
Yes.
So you said earlier that your style, kind of your moniker, your go-to, the thing that, or not your go-to, but the thing that distinguishes you has always been is your hair, right? And so,
Samson.
Wow. Wow.
So that. Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. Yeah. And so
We got too many churches.
Not this podcast.
we got too many today.
I got the wrong title for that.
Listen.
For
Right.
that conversation.
Exactly. And so, but people, but if we, and I should have done this. I should have gone to your page and just chronicled your hair chronicles, right? I should have pulled the pompadour, and I should have. You understand what I'm saying? I should have. Now you got you doing the top knot and the pony sometimes, and so it's one of those. Here we go. It's one of those things that you tend to always focus on to make sure that, listen, when the hair is out, it's gonna be on point, son.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so Brandon is he's very tall, right? And so
Yes, I am.
almost knocking on 6'5", right? And somewhere close to 6'5".
Yeah, 2 inches away.
And
No,
he's
you're
got
not 6'5". Knock it
muscles.
off.
Brandon's got muscles.
And so certain things accentuate his body a bit more. He's talking about
and Kalen has muscles too. I'm the only one on this podcast that doesn't have any muscles, as it were. So,
knock it off. You do have muscles. Everybody has muscles. So, you want to style
them faith
yourself from there it is from your best physical attributes, right? Number 3. This is the one I really want to have a conversation with.
Here we go.
Give us a couple minutes. We got 20 minutes or so left on the show, but I want to spend a little time on this one. And that's, don't make clothing your God.
My God.
So Exodus 2, right? Exodus 20 and 3 through 5, and I'm paraphrasing, says that thou shalt not have any other gods before me. And so, it may seem oxymoronic.
This is actually a good.
It may seem oxymoronic for me to say this, and we're a style show. We talk about clothing every week. We have some sort of, it may that we're pushing it forward in front of people. But I think it's worth the conversation, Kels, to let folks know that yes, you enjoy looking nice. Yes, your wife enjoys you looking nice, right? Yes, you enjoy presenting yourself in the best way, shape, form, or fashion, but that's not the totality of who you are, nor is it who you serve.
Exactly. That's exactly why I said earlier I got out of wearing suits when I lead worship, because I figured out that it was causing me to perform
instead of minister.
Come
on, man.
Because my motions were different. I was a little more restricted because my suit had to look good. I felt differently. Like for me, a suit is like Met Gala. Like I want to wear a suit to that, or like a dope Christmas party. I want to wear a suit to that. But when I go to worship, like I want to be comfortable because of how intense I worship, because of how much I love God. And so I would rather sacrifice style for being able to worship God. Like I think it was this past Sunday, I had to go lead worship, and I had this leather jacket with me, and then I had like another little loose jean jacket. I had this leather jacket on. I took it off and put on my loose jean jacket because I knew that I wouldn't be able to do what I needed to do comfortably in this. No matter how dope it looks, no matter how amazing it is, I want to be able to focus on God.
Right.
Period.
Not to make sure
Now,
that my outfit is.
I'm not gonna go up there looking crazy, Either.
Absolutely.
So there's a balance that comes with, I want to look presentable before the people, but I also want to be presentable before God.
And I look at it too from the standpoint of sometimes, I've always said anything that you do in excess cuts off your access.
Come on.
Meaning, like you just said, that God said, you will have no other gods before me. And he meant that.
He meant that thing.
But when you make something else your God, it cuts off the access that you would be getting from the original Father based on what you're putting into whatever God that you're paying more attention to.
Exactly.
So if you're one of those people that has to have this, has to have that, and I mean, I've seen people stand outside 3, 4, 5 hours for a pair of shoes. But I mean, are the light bills paid?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and so,
or they stand outside 3, 4, 5 hours for a pair of shoes and get mad when the service goes over 10 minutes. Okay.
Wow.
Sorry.
Or stand out 3 or 4 or 5 hours for a pair of shoes, but won't stand out 30 minutes to go feed the homeless.
Or stand in line to vote for.
Come on.
Listen,
Or they'll drop 500 on some shoes, but won't drop 100 in the offering because they feel like the pastor's going to get something out of that.
When there's a homeless ministry at the church, when there's, and so these are the things we're talking about, right? You don't want this thing of this style, this thing of fashion, this thing of culture to get in the way of you being the man or woman that God has created you to be.
Exactly.
You know, and it's just that simple. You know, another thing that style does and how it's connected to your spirituality, Kels and B, is stellar style opens you up to people. Now,
That's true.
It
I
does.
experienced that
yeah,
today.
It does.
Yeah, it opens you up to people, right? Accessorizing will keep your style sharp, right? It opens you up for connections with folks, being able to learn, and people don't understand how intentionally God made us to connect, right? He didn't make us to be in a silo. Point in fact, he created himself in 3 different forms to understand the nuance and the power of connection, right? And so that's the same thing that style does. It opens you up to connect with people. You said you give us your test, what happened with you today?
From the standpoint of, I had on slacks and a nice little turtleneck and a pea coat and all that other stuff today, and a guy walked up to me. He was like, "Oh man, that's a nice hat. Those are some nice shoes." You know what I'm saying? But if I have on my sweat, I've never had anybody walk up to me like, "Yo man, those are some dope sweats."
Right.
Like that's a dope. So when you
cut off T-shirt,
right, man. I have one with the same hole in it in the back. You know
right. Yeah.
Right. So I ain't never had nobody do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So whenever I put on a nice tailored suit or something really nice,
right,
people notice that.
Right.
And people are drawn to you, and
that's what I'm saying.
When you wear that jacket, or when you know what I'm saying, like you have on some nice Chelseas or something. People are like, man, that's really nice, and that's a conversation starter. That's an opportunity to possibly speak to that person or speak into that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or to get spoken into.
Exactly, because they came up to you based off nothing other than your style.
Exactly.
And so connecting with folks, man, is again, it's what we were meant to do, right?
Exactly.
How can we be salt and light? Salt isn't salt until it touches the meat. Right? You know what I'm saying? Salt oxidizes, which means it explodes, but it only explodes once it touches and it connects to the food.
Exactly.
That's where the flavor comes from, right? And so we can't
Exactly.
be that unless we're approachable and connectable, and that's what style does, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
so number 5, we can get real churchy if we want to in this one. This is gonna be fun.
You know I'm here for it.
Your style would testify for you.
Yeah, what does that mean to you, sir? I mean,
It would testify. He touched it,
though.
but expound upon it. Didactically exegete this text,
as it were.
What's his name in the Cali?
Noel.
No,
I
Bishop
called him the other day.
Jones? Bishop Jones.
Bishop Jones.
Listen, see, if you know anything about style, you know that there is a certain thing that happens once you put on the clothes. And,
As opposed to
Why do you sound just like
as opposed to when you take them off.
as opposed to when you take them off. See, when you put on the clothes, you become appropriate to the people that you want to go around. But when you become naked,
Noel Jones is one of my favorite preachers.
Yes, absolutely.
But style definitely testifies to who you are in a sense that it kind of gives people a peek inside your brain. It gives people a glimpse of your thought process. Like, why did they put that together?
What was he thinking?
What was he thinking?
Right.
Like for me,
or they'll say, I would have never put that.
I would have.
And that's the favorite one I get.
Probably would have never done that.
Yeah, and their
like
voice is
that.
really high like that.
Right.
It's really high, right? He's like 6'9". I probably wouldn't have done it like that. Weird, right? But for me, like my style, it's very edgy. It's very progressive. It's weird. Why? Because my style reflects who God is to me.
What do you
My
mean?
style. Oh, I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
For me, I am big on the power of God.
All right.
I'm big on how dominant he was when he was walking on water, or when he was telling winds and waves to calm down, or when he was healing blinded eyes, or when he was, people. Oh my God, people thought that they could be healed if they just touched his clothes.
I know where you're going with that one.
So
We need a B3 right now.
a B3 right there. And so for me, I am big on the power of God, and so I let that reflect in my style. When I walk powerfully. When I throw on a leather jacket, it's because there's some element of power. I walk with my shoulders back and my chest high and my head high and my
That TD Jakes walk.
I got the TD Jakes and I got a baddie on my arm. Let's not
Come
play.
on, come on with it.
So
Come on.
for
Shout out to
me,
Mrs. Johnson.
Style is a testament of how powerful God is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how amazing he is.
Yeah.
And just how, it's my own personal journey.
So I'll ask those who are listening and who are watching, what does your style say about you?
Wow. Your style says you're rich.
Man,
Ooh,
don't
wait a minute.
knock
Park
it
right
off.
there. Speaking of rich, this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance.
Yeah.
Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education?
Finance.
33%. That's more than 77 million Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults said they don't have enough savings. Do not become one of these statistics.
Don't do it.
Let the Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling a complimentary personal finance strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463, or you can email them at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
And you know what's beautiful about the financial services, B, is that it teaches you how to do more with less, right? Which is connected to the next point that we have,
Less
right?
is more.
Well, less is more. And how is that connected to
We're not talking Roy Moore.
No. Oh, God, no. Jesus, no.
Wow.
Lord, no.
No.
No. You're 100% correct. We're not talking about Roy Moore. I'm not even going to be like too much. No, that was 100% on point. We're not talking about that brother at all.
No.
But how is it connected to let me slow down. How is it connected to style or to spirituality rather is, you know, it's connected to modesty, right? So in 2 Timothy, we talk. I mean, 1 Timothy 2, I believe, it talks about modesty, right? And in that scripture, it's way more than just clothing what they're talking about. But the concept does apply that in fashion, B, less is more. Like what you're wearing right now. For those of you who are watching, he has on a simple oxblood turtleneck with a timepiece, and that's it. No bunch of chains. You know what I'm saying? No extra adornment, and it looks phenomenal, right? Less is oftentimes more when it comes to fashion because it becomes cumbersome. It becomes too busy, right? How many times do we try to do too much in our daily lives, Kels, and that we're so busy that we have this list to get done, or we have these things to accomplish, or we have this stuff to do, and we forget to do the one thing that is the most important, that's to commune and to dine with the Father.
Exactly. Right? I feel like if you have to do a whole lot, it's probably because you're overcompensating for something.
And at that point, you're going to miss out on something.
You're going to miss out on something.
And so with our spiritual walk, man, and with our spirituality, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Kiss it.
Just keep it simple, stupid. Don't do it, B.
Don't even do it.
Keep it simple, stupid. What's the next one, B?
You know what? We don't have. Well, how much time we got left?
We got about 10 minutes.
All right, so let's do this. It's December. There's a lot going on. You know, Christmas is in the air. We were just talking about before we got started about, you know, different songs that we hear, and that we, you know, remind us of the Christmas season. So being that it is the Christmas season, wait, park that. Have you ever not worn something because of fear of the parishioners or what people would say based on your style? Have you just said, you know what, I'm not gonna wear this because I think this is too much for him, too much sauce?
Nope. Because for me, if it's good enough for me to wear while I worship in the car, it's good enough for me to wear while I worship in front of you. God sees me when I worship wherever I am. So a lot of the kickback I used to get when I first started is I wore hats on stage. In the black church, what are you doing?
Oh,
you got
my
a hat
God.
on?
You will get castigated.
Building.
Take your hat off, sir.
And it's not scripturally based.
It's
I'm sorry.
not even biblically based. And here's the thing.
It pisses me off.
How is it that I have to, quote unquote, take my hat off in this building when in my sound check, we went into a full-blown worship session and I had a hat on, or maybe I had a cut-off sleeve.
Because the
t-shirt.
anointing is not going to be over you if you have a hat on.
That ain't Bible.
Duh.
That ain't even scripture.
My gosh.
Because tell me what hat Jesus wore. Who wore hats? None of them.
Yeah.
But did Jesus wear a three-piece suit either?
No, Steve Harvey wasn't around back then.
Nope. He surely wasn't. So it kind of tells me that God isn't worried about what you're wearing more so than what your heart is. See, because a lot of the old pimps from the 80s, all they wore were suits. A lot of the gangsters, all they wore were suits.
Yeah.
People on Wall Street, all they wear is suits. So you can't tell me that a suit has more anointing than a hat does.
Got that right.
Because you can be just as crazy in a suit as you can with a hat on. And so it's not about what you're wearing. It's about the position of your heart. Maybe me and my hat is being more sincere than you being in your suit.
You know, there's just certain things that God just don't care about.
He does not care.
Your hat, man.
He does not care. Yeah. People are dying, and you think God cares about a hat?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Literally, people have no food and no access to clean water, and you think God is worried about a hat?
Man.
Right.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
When all he said is, they that worship me must worship me, not in a suit, not in a dress, not in your Kojic attire or whatever. They that worship me must worship me in spirit and in truth.
Yeah.
What's the truth? The truth is I shouldn't even be here right now, but because I am here, I'm going to worship you.
Right.
That's the truth.
Facts. I mean, and that's just where it is.
Period.
And that's just where it is.
And honestly, I'm glad I asked that question, because what he just said right there, somebody needed to hear that, and somebody needed deliverance from that. So at the end of the day,
religious contexts and confines of church irk me.
Yes. T.D. Jakes said something when he was being interviewed by Stephen Furtick, and it blew my mind.
Oh,
T.D. Jakes said, if Jesus was alive today, we would have to teach him how to have church.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that whole interview.
The man who created the church.
I gotta
says,
put that in my reminders to go
we
find
would
that
have
interview.
to teach Jesus how to have church. And many people don't even understand what they're wearing or why they're wearing it, or why the fact that none of this stuff was even introduced until Constantine got into power.
Come on, 25 AD.
Because do you know what's happening? Because in today's society, we are holding fast to the traditions of dead men. And we don't even understand the concept of what we're doing anymore.
We don't even understand the concept of a living God.
Ooh.
We don't understand the concept of a living God.
We'd rather hold on to the traditions of dead men than understand the dynamics of a living God.
We don't see all these nuggets. I need y'all to understand. This is why you got to make sure you get that one. This is why we want you guys to understand that this show is about way more. It supersedes style. It's about culture. It's about the heart and positioning of us as men, as kings, right? As Psalm says, like unto the gods, right? Like you are like gods, right? That's a whole different. That's a different teaching. But you know, we want you guys to understand that we endeavor to empower and to ignite, to galvanize, to incite, to bring forth a wellspring of emotion and strength to you as men, as men on this earth. So before we get up out of here, you know, B, you mentioned that it was holiday season. We got to get you back ASAP,
man. I'm down
because this boy, look,
I'm kind of confused and frustrated right now, because there's so many.
Yeah, ways to go right now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yes. But where we are gonna go, we're gonna, you know, maybe during this season, we had, you know, this the holidays, right? And so a lot of people get upset. I got this work obligation. I got this work party to go to, this holiday party. I don't know what to wear.
I don't know. Holiday party.
Listen, man,
and kill.
Listen, you know,
we having a holiday party on the 17th.
That is. You know, let's talk about some work holiday party etiquette really quickly.
Right,
okay. And so the first thing you want to do is
attend.
Go.
Yeah.
Like, don't be so bougie. First of all, you don't want your check to be messed up because they look down at you because you ain't come.
You get to see your coworkers in a different light and open up your eyes to who they really are, and then they get to see you in a different light as well.
Not only that, you have the opportunity to catch people at their vulnerable state, and so you never know who you might make a relationship with, and life moves at the speed of relationships.
Yes, it
so
does.
what if your next promotion was hinged upon the way you connected with your boss at this party?
Did y'all hear what he said? Life moves at the speed. See, man.
Sorry.
No, this is great. I promise you, I am really going to go back into this episode. I'm digging. I'm getting all these nuggets, bro.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Wear something festive and tasteful.
Yeah, wear something festive and tasteful. Now, for those who are looking, we have 3 pictures up on there. We have a on the left. We have a tartan suit. Tartan is the blue and green plaid. That's the name of that of that
and that's
of that
really
print.
only time of the year you're gonna get to wear something like
that. Well, it's in the middle.
The one in the middle.
Well, no, and in the middle is just that's if you know your work culture and your work environment.
Right.
If you don't have the work culture and the work environment to wear a Santa Claus suit, which is so crazy. If you go to Macy's right now, they have so many of these. Right, you know, don't wear it. Or you can just be cool and wear a little velvet blazer. Or if you just want to wear your regular suit but put on some green and red pocket square.
Yeah.
There are certain ways to be festive, but you want to show people that you're bought into to the season, right?
Exactly.
You also the third one is, and this I can't believe I have to say this, but it's necessary. Say goodbye and thank you.
Yes.
Be cordial.
That's always a do.
Etiquette.
Just be polite. Thank you. I appreciate it. I had a good time. You don't even have to say a good time. I had a good time because you might not have. Just say
Right.
thank you so much.
Right.
And I'll see you guys Monday or after the break. It's simple, right? Number 4. This is a big one. Don't talk shop. Now what I mean is you're at the party to relax and to chill.
Chill out.
Don't bring work into the party.
Nope.
We're off the clock now.
Yeah.
You're right. You know understand. They created the party because they want you to be
more relaxed atmosphere.
a more relaxed atmosphere.
Exactly.
So don't talk to it. Is a way to connect again.
So with that leading into number 5, as far as the relaxed atmosphere, don't corner anyone.
Ooh.
Come on, man. Don't be that obnoxious jerk
Listen.
trying to corner somebody.
Watch
Hey, I
and
noticed
watch
you
who
didn't,
watch who you corner because
Listen.
this uprise of Me Too.
Yeah, look.
Don't be the next hashtag.
Right, straight up.
Don't
Straight
you
up.
do it.
That's a great point, Kels.
Don't be the next hashtag.
Don't be the next hashtag of
Listen,
Me
what do
Too.
you mean?
Well, you know, you got the Me Too campaign with all of the sexual assaults. That's
Exactly.
That's
Don't-
bruh. Yeah, bruh. Right,
A
right.
couple of them that broke my heart. I'm like, you?
Yeah,
Bruh.
man.
exactly. So don't. So you know, it's wonderful.
But I feel like you were also saying don't corner anyone from the standpoint of, hey, what happened with those reports? I thought you were
Right,
gonna get those
right,
back
of course.
to me. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless of don't do
Just
it,
don't corner
right?
people.
But yeah, definitely don't corner
Number
anyone on that
6 for sure. Number 6. Listen, have you a drink or two, but don't consume too much alcohol.
Exactly.
They get you some eggnog, right,
Uh-huh.
with a little rum in it. Hallelujah, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Get you a nice glass of champagne. It's fine. You're there to be social and to be cordial, but don't overdo it. You're not 20. This is not your 21st birthday
Like
where you
we said,
turn up.
less is more. Yeah.
Less is more.
Especially in a
more.
work environment.
It's because you open yourself up to be judged, right? You open yourself up for scrutiny. People want to look at embarrassment. You know what I mean? You know, oftentimes we go to the holiday parties with our significant others. Now you've embarrassed them, and you got to go to the crib and hear all of that. Like, just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
And what's the number one reason? It's number 7, but what's the number one reason that
Have
you
fun.
should fun? Bro.
Exactly.
Have fun. Don't be the guy that when they're up there doing karaoke or doing all this other stuff and you just sitting over there talking about everybody. Like, get up there and try something that you maybe
Just
haven't
looking.
tried before, or get out there and dance if they have a dance floor. Get out there, enjoy yourself. I feel like we're so busy trying to maintain this image, and it's like, look, man, you here to have fun. Drop the image, drop this idea of who you think you are. Go out and enjoy yourself, and allow other people to enjoy themselves as well, because nobody wants to be around somebody that's all uptight and not having a
Right.
good time.
Oh,
Nobody
exactly.
wants to be around that person.
Nobody.
Right. Yeah, I mean, agreed. You know, we said have fun at the holiday party, but I tell you, I've had fun today, boy.
Man, and
Man.
the
I
frustrating
mean-
thing is time goes by so fast.
Too fast.
Yes.
Too quick, man. Well, Kels, man, we appreciate
gotta
you
do
coming
this,
Man,
by.
thank y'all for having me.
Let the folks know how they can find you. What you got popping coming up, man.
Just follow me on Instagram at the Kels Johnson. If you still do Facebook, it's Kels Johnson on Facebook, and YouTube the Kels Johnson.
What about your Black Planet account?
Oh my God! Wow.
MySpace. What about your MySpace? Go ahead.
Wow.
Shoot him the info.
MySpace. And I still have MySpace.com.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Don't have that anymore.
Right. Tell them about the music that you have out right now to go get.
Oh man,
Come on,
See,
man.
I don't even do that anymore. But I do have a single on iTunes called "Takeover." If you want to go look for it, it's just under Kels Johnson. It's a little edgy, so
That's why I told him.
just prepare
That's
yourself.
why I told him.
It's a
It's
little
edgy.
edgy.
Look, I don't even do that anymore. But I have.
But I am prepared.
No, seriously. If you do follow me on anything, like the two major for me is Instagram and YouTube. There's a lot of content that's about to
Yeah, your YouTube
come your way.
is
It's about
killing.
to.
YouTube is killing, bro.
We
B, what you got up, man?
Man, I am just happy to be here with you guys, man. End of the year, man. We're ending it off strong, man.
Yeah.
how
How things going with Fab?
Forward and Beyond is doing really well, man. We got some amazing things that's happening in 2018. So God is doing this thing,
Let people
man.
know how to contact you at Fab, man.
So you can follow us on Instagram _Forward and Beyond, or you can check out our website www.forwardandbeyond.com.
Don't you have a website as well?
I do have a website, www.kelsjohnson.com. And just a small little plug, my anniversary, 1 year anniversary is tomorrow.
Hey!
Huh?
My God.
1 year.
First 28 years, not 1 year.
Just one. Right.
No, I'm saying your birthday, knucklehead.
Oh, yeah.
It was 28 years.
It was
Y'all are confusing me.
I'm getting old. That's what's happening.
He's getting going at 28, but he's still
getting it.
Yo,
20.
you
Knock it
talking
off.
about us, sir? Stop
What's your
edifying us.
stuff?
Well, you know.
I know you got the blog. You got so.
Well,
come on,
listen,
let people
listen,
know, man.
if-
They want to get more of this. So how can they do that?
So if you want to get more of this stylish content as well as how to
This
stylish content and how to really knock it off and how to really implement it in your life, go to my website, my blog at www.senorwapo713. And that's my moniker on all social media outlets. You can look forward to a lot of things. Make sure that you go to episode 24, which is the episode before this one, and check out what we did at Saks Fifth Avenue
we had a
here
good
in
time.
Houston. We had a great time. And we just want you guys to keep supporting us, keep rocking with us. We got a lot of new things coming up, some great guests, great content coming up in the next few weeks. And when 2018 comes, man, watch out. Listen, it's that time, B.
Yes, sir.
Raise your glass, Kels.
Before we end, I just want, if all of y'all want me back on the show or to be a new host, please just go and
got a
invade their
petition
page
out.
because they don't want me to be a host, but
Yeah,
DJ Khaled, I'm gonna be a host
You're
anyway.
gonna be a host anyway. I hear you. Well, listen, Kels just kept it gangster, so you can keep it gangster,
Or you keep it G.
but always keep it gentlemanly. Till next time.
It's water, by the way, folks.